Please lie down on your back. And take a few moments to feel how you fit against the ground. Feel what's contacting the floor. And also notice the places that are not touching the floor. How far away from the floor are those places? And what is the quality of your breathing? Sensing yourself breathing. Now, if you were to take an imaginary bowl of water and place it on your pelvis, there on your lower abdomen, just balance it there, would the water level in the bowl be level all the way around? Or would the surface level of the water be spilling over to the right or the left or diagonally up towards one of your shoulders or maybe down between your legs? What would that water level look like? And we'll come back to that image a little later and see if it has changed. So remember how your water level is now, and place your imaginary bowl of water somewhere off your pelvis, away from you. And now sense how the surface areas of your back contact the floor. Do you have a sense or an image of your spine, your backbone? And are there certain places along your spine that have a clearer sense of contact with the floor? Maybe you can even sense one or two vertebrae that are definitely making a connection with the ground. And where along your spine are places that are lifted off the ground? The small of your back, perhaps, or the back of your neck. What are those places like? Are they curved away from the floor? And what do those curves look like in your mind's eye? And bend up your knees and place both your feet flat on the floor. Have your feet spread nicely apart, about the width of your hips, so that your legs can balance with your knees looking at the ceiling, and feel how your feet connect to the ground. And now begin to slowly, leisurely open your right knee to the right, so that you begin to roll onto the outside edge of your right foot, and slowly open your right knee, keeping your knee bent, and bring the knee back to the middle, back to where you started, and the foot to standing. And continue to do that movement slowly, several times. Stay within a very comfortable, safe range of movement for yourself. please don't work into any areas of discomfort. Pause a moment. With all of these lessons, if you work comfortably with yourself, your range of movement will automatically increase as you and your body begin to develop an inner attitude about taking care of yourself. Again, begin lowering your right knee in the direction of the floor to the right and coming back. And notice, as you're lowering your leg, if there are other parts of yourself that would like to respond. Leave your left knee facing more or less up towards the ceiling. But can you feel perhaps a tendency for your pelvis to roll a little bit to the right, and the left side of the pelvis to become lighter against the floor? Allow that to happen the next time you open your right knee. Allow the left side to get a little lighter somehow in response to your knee opening. And what else gets pulled along gently? And pause with your knees looking up towards the ceiling, your feet flat on the floor. And now take your right knee the opposite direction. Slowly begin to lower your right knee in the direction of the floor to the left. And come back. And again, lower your right knee in the direction of the floor to the left. So if your knees are too close together, you'll bump your knees into each other. So you'll want to have your knees far enough apart so that you can direct your right knee over towards and beyond your left knee. Search around for the right place to have your feet in order to allow that right knee not to fall, but to lower over towards the left. And come back slowly and continue lowering the right knee to the left and coming back. And pause with that a moment. And now, direct your knee in such a way that as you're lowering your right knee over towards the left, think of lengthening your right knee away from you. Find out how the intention of lengthening your knee away from you can encourage your right hip to leave the floor, and your pelvis can maybe roll a little bit to the left. So you'll be coming onto the inside edge of your right foot, and that foot will be anchored into the ground, and coming back and continuing again to lower your right knee beyond the left. You can actually use the inside edge of your right foot to somehow provide leverage for lengthening your right thigh away from you and lightening the contact of the right side of your pelvis away from the floor. Perhaps you could imagine someone's hand on your right knee and gently pulling on your knee as you tilt the leg over towards the left so that your right thigh is lengthening away from you. Pause a moment. And begin the movement again, the same movement, and just feel how far up into yourself can you feel a response. Your pelvis is rolling to the left a bit. Your right thigh is lengthening away from you. And maybe you can begin to feel some kind of response through your spine, or perhaps even up into your neck and your head. What else do you feel responding? can you feel this movement traveling through yourself? And bring your legs back to the middle. Lengthen down both your legs and take a full rest. Sense the right side of your body and how it feels compared to the left side of your body. The right leg compared to the left leg. Bend up both your knees again and place your feet flat on the floor. Have your feet spread a comfortable distance apart. And now begin to open your left thigh, lowering your left knee slowly in the direction of the floor to your left. Bringing the weight onto the outside edge of your left foot, and bring the knee back to look at the ceiling. And repeat this movement several times, slowly, in your own timing, and notice which other parts of yourself might also like to move as you open your left knee to the left. Coming back. Leave your right knee facing more or less up towards the ceiling and your right foot on the floor. And just notice if the right side of your pelvis is invited to roll to the left as you open your left knee. What other parts of yourself might be invited to respond? Sense yourself through your spine and your shoulders. And if you have very loose, open hip joints, you may not feel that much of a response through other parts of yourself. And that's okay. Pause a moment with both knees looking at the ceiling. And now make sure your feet are spread wide enough apart so that you can begin to direct your left knee towards the inside of the right knee and beyond. Bring the knee back, and again begin to lower your knee, your left knee, to the inside over to the right, and begin to lengthen it away from you, and encourage your left hip to begin to peel a little bit away from the floor. Coming back and lengthening the knee away from you again, imagining someone pulling gently on your left knee, and notice which parts of yourself begin to respond, so that if someone were pulling on your knee, that would somehow cause your pelvis to roll a little bit to the right, and your spine to begin to lift off the floor. And maybe as you lengthen your left thigh away from you, maybe you can begin to feel some kind of response up into your chest or your neck or even your head. Would your head like to roll over to the right or to the left? So that doing this simple movement, lowering your left knee over towards the right, lengthening it away from you, begins to involve your entire self, connecting into the pelvis, connecting through the spine, all the way up into your head. And lengthen down both your legs and take a full rest. And sense how you now fit against the ground. Bring both your feet to standing once more. And now take both your knees simultaneously over to the right. So you'll be tilting your knees to the right, coming onto the outside edge of your right foot, the inside edge of your left foot. Both your feet will stay on the floor and your knees will stay bent. Coming back, tilting again, and your pelvis will roll. Coming back, and again slowly, comfortably, tilt both your knees over to the right, and notice if there's a tendency for your left knee to lengthen away from you, so that your knees don't stay even on their journey over to the right, but there's a separation, and the left knee lengthens slightly away from you. Bring your knees back to the middle, and again, tilt them over towards the right, and notice which parts of yourself are invited to participate in this movement. Can you feel your chest turning, your spine lifting, and how would your head like to respond? Bring your knees back to the center and pause a moment. And now continue on towards the other side. Tilt both your knees over towards the left, coming onto the outside edge of your left foot and the inside edge of your right foot, and feel how this side may be different for you. And coming back and tilting again over towards the left, allowing the right side of your pelvis to roll to the left, lightening the pressure on the right side of your body. Maybe you can even feel your right shoulder blade being affected somehow by the movement of your knees, tilting over towards the left. And come back and tilt your knees again to the left, and maybe your head would like to roll, or perhaps you feel the back of your neck responding at a certain point. Lengthen down your legs and take a full rest. Feel how you fit against the ground. If none of the cues I'm giving you seem to be happening for you, that's fine. Just hold them in the back of your mind as possibilities. I'm pretty sure that after you've gone through all the lessons once, and then go back and do them again, they'll feel very different the second time around. Find out which of the options I suggest is the most comfortable and acceptable for your body right now. Now let's check and see if something has changed. Take your imaginary bowl of water and place it again on your lower abdomen, your pelvis, and notice if the water level is different. What is your sense or your image of the water level now? And place your imaginary bowl down into an imaginary safe place again. And bend up your knees and have your feet comfortably apart, flat on the floor. And now raise your right arm upwards towards the ceiling. The elbow will be straight. And raise your left arm up towards the ceiling in the same manner. And place your palms together over your chest. So now you have your arms forming a triangle over your chest. Your fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling. Your arms are long with the elbows straight, and your triangle is balanced nicely over your chest. And now begin to lengthen both your arms gently upwards towards the ceiling, keeping your palms together, and come back down. And do that movement a few more times. Your elbows will stay straight and your palms will stay together. That will be a constant. And lightly, as though someone were pulling on your fingertips, lengthen both your arms upwards towards the ceiling, softening your chest, folding in your chest. And notice, how would you prefer to breathe as you lengthen your arms upwards? Would you breathe out or would you breathe in? What is the most comfortable way for you to breathe? And can you feel your shoulders peeling away from the floor behind you, lightening their contact with the floor? And as your shoulders are lifting off the floor and you're lengthening your arms upwards, where through your back do you feel more weight, more pressure? Where do you come closer to the floor? Rest your arms. And raise your arms again into your triangle, palms together. And do the same movement, lengthening your arms upwards towards the ceiling. And also think of pressing the back of your waist lightly into the floor 2 or 3 times, lengthening the arms and letting them go. And how does this affect the movement? Pressing the small of your back gently into the floor as you lengthen the arms upwards. Let that go. Bring your arms down and rest a moment. Bring your arms again into the same position, into a triangle over your chest. Elbows straight, palms together. And now take your triangle and tilt it to the right and come back to the middle slowly. And do that movement a few times, tilting your triangle to the right and coming back. Follow the movement of your hands to the right as you're tilting your triangle with your head and your eyes. Keep your triangle constant so your elbows will both stay straight and your palms will stay together. Again, tilt your triangle over to the right. Now, in order to do this, to keep your elbows straight and to tilt your triangle to the right, your left shoulder will have to peel away from the floor. And no cheating in bending your right arm. Bring your arms down and rest them a moment. And again, bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And again, tilt your triangle to the right and come back. A few more times. Think of having your palms glued together so that they can't slide, which will demand something to happen in your chest. So there's a turning in the upper torso, your chest to the right, and come back to the middle and slowly tilt and come back. And slowly tilt and come back. Feeling how you organize your chest, your ribs, to bring both your hands over to the right, allowing your head to turn to the right as well, letting your head and your eyes follow your hands as they travel to the right, keeping your palms together and your arms long. Your pelvis stays weighted against the ground, and the turning is happening in your upper body. Bring your arms down, lengthen down your legs, and take a full rest. And notice if anything has changed about how you fit against the ground. And again, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. Bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And again, tilt your triangle over towards the right, the same direction to the right, and come back. And now, as you tilt your triangle to the right again, turn your nose to the left, and come back. Tilting your triangle to the right as you turn your nose to the left, taking care of your neck. Don't strain anything. Come back to the middle. So as you take your triangle to the right, you're turning your nose in the direction of your left shoulder and taking your eyes to the left. Come back to the middle, bring your arms down, and pause. And bring your arms again into your triangle over your chest, palms together, elbows straight. And tilt your triangle to the right and follow it with your head and your eyes, and see if it's a little easier now, if it's somehow easier to tilt your triangle to the right, following it with your head and your eyes. And come back. And now continue doing this movement, tilting your triangle to the right, following it with your head and your eyes, so you're rolling across the ribs over towards the right. Come back to the middle. And now try lengthening both your arms away from you as you tilt your triangle to the right. And see how it feels to do it this way once or twice. Rest your arms a moment and leave your knees drawn up. Bring your arms into your triangle over your chest, and now keep your eyes fixed on a point on the ceiling directly above you as you turn your nose to the right and tilt your triangle to the right. And take your nose to follow your hands. And come back. And again tilt your triangle over to the right. And have your nose following your hands and your eyes staying fixed at a point on the ceiling. And coming back. Everything comes back to the middle, and then you do the movement again. A few times. Slowly. So your nose is following your hands and your eyes are going to the left. Are you breathing? Bring down your arms and rest a moment. Bring your arms again into your triangle over your chest, palms together, elbows straight. Take your triangle to the right, and take your head and your eyes to the left as we did a moment ago. So your left shoulder is going to peel off the floor and then come back to the middle. And the next time that you take your triangle to the right, turn your nose to the left, but let your eyes follow your hands. Your eyes follow your hands as your nose turns to look in the direction of your left shoulder, which is coming away from the floor. And come back to the middle, and I'll say that again. Tilt your triangle to the right, and have your eyes follow your hands as your nose turns to look in the direction of your left shoulder, which is coming away from the floor. Try this movement a couple more times. And once you've mastered this, you may also breathe. Let it all go. Lengthen down your legs. Rest your arms. And sense your contact with the floor now. Sense your back, across your shoulders, the area between your shoulder blades. And not only how you make contact with the floor, but how does the front of you feel? How does your chest feel? And how is your breathing? Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. Just once or twice, tilt both your knees over to the left, as we did earlier, just to see how that goes now. The pelvis rolling, your body responding to the weight of your legs. And come back. And again, bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And once or twice, lengthen your arms upwards towards the ceiling, as though someone were gently pulling your arms upwards, softening your chest, reaching upwards, coming down. And now the next time you lengthen your arms upwards, can you open your throat and take your chin away from your chest so that the back of your head will be gently pulled along the floor and your throat is exposed, chin coming away from your chest. And experiment with this movement a couple more times. It's a very surrendered position. And can you relax your jaw open and exhale as you do this? And as you do this, what's happening in your lower back? Do you sense your lower back coming a bit closer into the floor? Pause a moment and bring your arms down. And now, just to clarify this movement for yourself, bring your arms into your triangle over your chest, and once or twice, lengthen your arms upwards towards the ceiling without allowing your head or your neck to respond, just to see how it feels to do that. And now lengthen your arms upwards towards the ceiling and allow your spine, the back of your head to respond, the throat to open, the jaw to relax, exhaling. And rest your arms, lengthen down your legs, and rest. Draw your knees up and bring your feet to standing. Bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And now tilt your triangle over to the left. And come back. And again, a few times, tilt your triangle over to the left, following it with your nose and your eyes so you're rolling across the left side of your back and your right shoulder is gently peeling away from the floor. Coming back, and you're breathing. The chest is turning, the arms are long. Keeping your palms together. Bring your arms down and pause. And again, bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And now, a couple of times, turn your head to look in the direction of your right shoulder as you tilt your triangle to the left. Turn your head in the direction of your right shoulder. You don't have to actually look over the shoulder. And try this movement 2 or 3 times. And notice how you organize yourself a little bit differently in order to do this. What happens to your ribs on the right side? Make it comfortable and safe for your neck and for anything else that may be causing you difficulty. And bring your arms down, lengthen down your legs, and take a full rest. Bend your knees and bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And again, tilt your triangle to the left, following it with your nose, and take your eyes to the right. And come back to the middle. And again, take your triangle to the left, follow it with your nose, and take your eyes to the right. Can you breathe? Rest your arms a moment. Bring your arms into your triangle again. Tilt your triangle to the left and turn your head in the direction of your right shoulder a couple of times. And now continue to do that, but take your eyes to the left. Follow your hands with your eyes and turn your nose the opposite direction. Take your time. Rest your arms, lengthen down your legs, and take a full rest. Feel how you fit against the ground. Bend up your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. And slowly lower both your knees over towards the right, coming onto the outside edge of your right foot, the inside edge of your left foot, lengthening your left thigh away from you, and see how that goes now. Is there more of you participating? Is it easier? Is it smoother? Can you feel this spiraling, this turning through more of yourself? And bring your knees back to the middle. Leave your knees up and your feet on the floor. And bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And now tilt your triangle to the right as you tilt both of your knees to the left. And come back to the middle. And again, the same movement. It may be a smaller movement. Keep your palms together with your elbows straight. Try the movement a few more times. What we're doing is coordinating the flexors in the front of your body and the extensor muscles in your back to bring them more into balance. Try the movement once more. Bring your arms down. Leave your knees up and pause a moment. Bring your hands again into a triangle over your chest, and now go the other direction. tilting your triangle to the left as you tilt both of your knees to the right. Try this a few times, slowly, being aware of your breathing. And sense this twisting that is happening in the upper and lower halves of your body. How does the movement feel on this side? And the next time you tilt your triangle to the left and tilt your knees to the right, think of lengthening your arms away from you, just to see how that feels. Rest your arms. And again, bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And now tilt both your knees to the left and turn your head to the left as well. And your triangle is tilting to the right, so your head, your nose, and your eyes are all going the same direction as your knees. So your knees are going to the left, your head and your eyes are going to the left, and your triangle is tilting to the right, keeping your elbows straight, and now continue to do that same movement, but take your eyes to the right. Your knees and your head go to the left, your triangle and your eyes go to the right. Your eyes watching your hands. Do this movement 2 or 3 times. Let it all go and take a full rest. And again, draw up your knees and bring your arms into your triangle over your chest. And tilt your knees to the right as you take your triangle to the left and follow your triangle with your nose and your eyes. Do this movement 2 or 3 times. Make it very comfortable. And now, turn your nose in the direction of your knees as they tilt over towards the right, keeping your elbows straight, tilting your triangle to the left, and think of lengthening your arms gently, lightly away from you. And now continue to do that same movement as you take your eyes to follow your hands. Your nose is following your knees. Your eyes follow your hands. Your nose follows your knees. Let it all go. Lengthen down your arms and legs and take a full rest. Feel how you're lying against the ground. What's different? How is the quality of your breathing? And one last time, bend up your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. And slowly lower both your knees over to the right, just to see how that goes. Your pelvis rolling, the ribs turning, the chest responding, your left shoulder blade perhaps, and your head. How would your head like to respond? Allow your head to turn to the left, completing this spiral. And bring everything back to the middle, and lower your knees slowly, lazily over to the left, and feel the turning, feel the spiraling, Feel how your weight comes more onto the left side of your pelvis. And again, go back over towards the right with both your knees. And as you're tilting your knees to the right, think of lengthening your left knee away from you, feeling the response through your spine, through yourself. And come back to the middle. And continue on over to the left side, tilting your knees, lengthening that right thigh away from you, feeling the right side of your pelvis peeling away from the floor. Bring your legs back to the middle, lengthen them down, and take a full rest. And now, take your imaginary bowl of water and place it on your pelvis. And notice if the water level has shifted yet again. How is it different from the beginning of the lesson? Enjoy your contact with the floor a few moments longer. And when you feel ready, roll to your side and bring yourself up to standing. And once you've arrived standing, sense yourself, your sense of weight, and just notice what feels different. Take yourself for a little walk around the room, staying with your sense of yourself, and notice what feels different.